Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It is a pretty day in Gulfport, Mississippi right now. Nice and sunny. Not many clouds, if any, in the sky right now. Visibility is great, and it got a little bit of wind. I don't know how much. We're going to find that out soon. But today I'm going to be flying out to the Chandeleur Islands. And what I'm going to do is after take off here from Gulfport, we're going to go non-stop. And it's going to have us fly over West Ship Island. So we're going to fly over the fort there, Fort Jefferson. And that's about a halfway point. You know, it's a really short flight. Maybe not even with this plane. It's probably only going to take maybe about 20 minutes or so. But once I get in the air at cruising altitude, simply 3,000 feet, I'm going to pull up some information, the map and stuff about Chandeleur Islands, and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about, you know, the history of the island, and, you know, we'll look through the Wikipedia and discuss the island. Okay, so now let me go ahead and get the plane started. And we will get in the air. Okay, so let's get our batteries on first.
Runway landing. Gear is down for runway.
Now, you know, the Kodiak 100, it's one of those planes where you do have to kind of make sure you do things correctly here, you know, when you start it up. And if I go away from it from a little while, I start forgetting things, but I pretty much know most of what to do with it here. Let's go back here and alright, the Garmin is booting up now. And now let's zoom out here. We'll take a quick look really quick here. Look, if you come over here, you'll see there's the Chandeleur Islands, and here's Gulfport. So like I said, it's a short flight, you know, and it won't be very long. Okay, so now let me go ahead and do the startup procedure. Fuel pump. We're going to go ahead and put that on. These generators, ignition. Okay, so we should be good. Now let's put our throttle on idle. Okay. And I think we're good. Now let's get our beacon, strobe. We'll put the nav lights on. I usually put at least those three on. Alright, parking brake is verified on. And let's go ahead and start up. I do low motor, but you can do high. But I usually do low. That's how I've been doing it normally. Alright. Spool up a little bit here. Once it stops, then I'm going to go ahead and crank it up a little bit more, which I can do right about now. Alright. A little idle. The door's closed. As you can see, it's getting a bit loud. Well, let's get up there first because I'm not finished. Okay. And now we have a good start, so let's go ahead and get prop up something. Turn this off. Fuel pump on standby. Alright, that's a good start. So we are ready to call ATC and get taxiing.
Gulfport Airport information, India 20
take care of the doors.
Visibility 10. Sky conditions. Few clouds at 6,700 feet. Temperature 36.
It's nice and quiet once everything is closed.
Altimeter 29.904. ILS Zulu runway 14 in use. Landing and departing runway 14. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold
Got
short
the co-pilot
instructions.
here.
Advise controller on initial contact. You have India. Gulfport Airport information. India 2000 Zulu. Wind 182 at 8. Visibility 10.
We're in at 8. That's not bad.
Few clouds at 6,700 feet. Temperature 36.
All right.
Dew point.
We are going to depart south.
Gulfport ground, Kodiak, November 263, Kilo, Quebec, with India request taxi for takeoff departure to the south.
Kodiak, November 263, Kilo, Quebec, taxi to and hold short of runway 14 via taxiway
14.
Bravo, cross runway train 6 Alpha. Contact tower on 12.3.7 when ready.
Okay, let me take a brief look
Taxi to and hold short runway
on the
14
VFR
using
map.
taxiway Bravo, cross runway, tree 6 Alpha, Kodiak, November
Make sure I
263,
can
Kilo, Quebec.
remember exactly where 14 is at. Let's pull it up here nice and big so I can see 36. Alright, let's see where 1432. Where is 14 now? 18. Okay, 14 is going to be over here. If so, that's great because I think, yeah, 14. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is taxi out this way, make a right. Okay. Going down and hold short right here, 14. All right, I might have to pull it up again because it looks like it's a little bit, but I got it down. I mean, I think I can do it. All right, so now let's go ahead and let's take the parking brake off. And well, before I do that, let me set my altitude to 3,000. We get this set up now. That way, I'm not fiddling when I'm in the air, fiddling with this. 3,000. I'm even gonna get the vertical speed set as well. All right. Okay, so we don't need a pushback. So let's go ahead and let's change this. We're just gonna put GPS. I don't really even need any guidance really. I mean, I know the area, so it could be all just VFR. Okay, that fire truck is kind of waiting right there. Okay, now if I remember correctly, let me pull this up another time to make sure. Okay, yeah, I'm going to be turning the next right. That's what I thought. Okay. Keep my taxiing speed a little controlled here. Now I could just drop my RPMs down if I want, but they already kind of like about halfway or so. So that's fine for taxiing. So we can get a better view. Yeah, I looked out the window. I said, okay, it's a nice day. Let's go take the flight, you know. This is a flight I've done before, quite a few times. I've flown to the Chandeleur Islands. Not always taking off from Gulfport. Sometimes Lot International, Lost Point. Sometimes the Lakefront Airport, New Orleans Lakefront. That New Orleans Lakefront Airport, that holds a special place in my heart because, hey, I took some flying lessons there, and my uncle had a flying school there a very long time ago. So I have some pretty good memories of the Lakefront Airport in New Orleans. Alright, let's go ahead and slow down a little bit here. I know a few times I was taxiing with the Kodiak and going fast, and I made a turn and it flipped over on me. You know, with those pontoons, it's going to sit up higher, so it flipped over on me. Alright, we are at runway 14, and we're going to call the tower, and let's take off and get on over to the Chandeleur Islands. Request takeoff clearance VFR from
Gulfport Tower, Kodiak, November 263, Kilo, Quebec, ready for south departure at runway 14.
Kodiak November 263, Kilo Quebec altimeter 29.9 for wind 182 at 8. Departure to the south approved. Cleared
This
for
is
takeoff
live
runway
weather,
14.
live traffic, and live time. Everything is live here.
Cleared for takeoff runway 14 Kodiak, November 263, Kilo, Quebec.
Okay, let's take our parking brakes back off. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to delegate this ATC to my co-pilot. So once we get in the air, I'm going to pull up that Wikipedia and we're going to take a look at and see what this Chandeleur Islands is all about. In case you're not, you're not familiar with it or been around here. All right, let's go ahead and go. 1 notch of flaps, full RPM, full throttle. Just partial full throttle because we're going to back off just a tad bit here. Alright, just back off just a tad bit. Okay, just like that, that's fine. Man, I don't want to pull up that hard, you know. I should have rotated a little sooner, but yeah, because if you go too hard, the back of your pontoons there will hit the runway, you know. Gotta be careful with some of these seaplanes. Alright, let's get our gear up.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't
Yeah, I'm
sink.
having a problem.
Don't sink.
We'll be just fine. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead
Kodiak
and...
November 263, Kilo Quebec. Continue for south departure.
Don't sink. Don't
Yeah, we
sink.
don't want to
Gulfport
sink.
Tower, Kodiak, November
Then we
263,
do
Kilo,
that
Quebec.
slightly,
Continue
huh?
for south departure.
Alright, now let's go ahead and get this on, and I'm going to put... I can either do... Let's just go do... We'll put the nav on. Everything else is good. Okay, so we're climbing now. I have my vertical speed set at 700 feet a minute. We're only going to 3,000 feet, or did I say 3,500? Let's see, 3,000, yeah. Okay, let's get the flaps up now. Oh, they are? Oh, okay, they're not up. All right. Now they are. Okay, so... Yeah, so we are on our way. You'll actually be able to start seeing them pretty soon, too. Up on the right, that's Cat Island right there. And I'm going to zoom out just a little bit here. see him. That's where I'll put the point, but they're going to start right here. And let's increase our vertical speed now.
Kodiak, November 263, Kilo, Quebec, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Let's get on up to 3,000.
Gulfport Tower, Kodiak, November 263 Kilo, Quebec frequency change. Gulfport approach Kodiak, November 263 Kilo, Quebec is type 5 miles
Yep,
south
we are
of
going to
Gulfport,
pass
1,700 feet.
West
Request
Ship
flight
Island
following.
here.
Kodiak, November 263
Like almost like right
Kilo,
over the
Quebec,
fort
Gulfport
there.
approach. Squawk 0754.
Squawk
Which you can
075
see right ahead.
Kodiak, November 263
That's
Kilo, Quebec.
West Ship Island.
Kodiak, November 263 Kilo, Quebec, radar contact 6 miles south of Gulfport, 2,100 feet. Altimeter 29.94.
Roger, Kodiak, November 263 Kilo, Quebec.
Yeah, I'm climbing a little bit slower, but more of a much increased vertical speed here. We got 1,000 feet a minute, you know. That's a lot for, you know, most prop planes, I guess. Well, I mean, when you're used to doing Cessnas and stuff like that, you know. But oh, good, it's a turboprop. And you can see right here ahead, that right there is Fort Jefferson. There's a pier right here. And when you take the Ship Island excursions on a Gulfport, let's take a walk to the back here. See if we can see the Gulfport. Yeah, the Gulfport, Port of Gulfport's right here. And yeah, it's kind of like directly behind us. But, that is Fort Jefferson, and here you can see the Chandeleur Islands. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and we'll let the plane like it is. Well, let's cut back on our throttle here, since we are at cruising altitude. And we're going to pull the RPMs back some. That ought to do it. That should be just perfect. Alright. So yeah, now let's pull up the Wikipedia and we'll talk about the Chandeleur Islands. Alright. So right here. First off, here you can see some pictures. Okay. So these pictures show parts of the island, and this is a picture here that's from before Hurricane Katrina, I believe. So we're gonna look at those more too. So anyway, let's some images. Overall, a bunch of images of Chandeleur Islands. Okay, some of them were probably taken years ago. Others maybe recently. It used to be a lighthouse on. I think this is it right here. I believe that in one of the hurricanes, I think Hurricane George is, which we're going to read about right now. The Chandeleur Islands are a chain of uninhabited barrier islands, approximately 50 miles long, located in the Gulf of Mexico, marking the outer boundary of the Chandeleur Sound. They form the easternmost point of the state of Louisiana, United States, and are part of the Breton National Wildlife Refuge. They are an important migrating point for many birds on their way south and are a prime marsh and forest wildlife area. Now, the sad part about it is this image on the left is from 2004, and on the right is after Hurricane Katrina. Hurricane Katrina battered these islands. They battered. I mean, it just. I mean, look at some of this. It's like gone, you know, and just look at it from 1984 to 2016. Look how it starts just eroding. The erosion, I guess, is taking its place. But then you can see they were formed. It says the islands were formed over 2,000 years ago as the rim of the St. Bernard lobe of the Mississippi River Delta. You know, and they were named after. They were named when the explorer Pierre Lee Monnier, the Iberville was sailing in search of the mouth of the Mississippi River along the Gulf Coast. He christened the islands on the eve of whatever Fête de la Chandeleur, also known as Candlemas, a Christian feast day on February 1st, 1700. Okay, now the thing is, when you look down further, it talks about you know, the Breton National Wildlife Refuge was established in 1904. Includes all Chandeleur Islands in the Gulf of Mexico. The refuge is the second oldest in the National Wildlife Refuge system. Now, you see, if it says prior to destruction by hurricane in 1915, there was a fishing settlement on the islands. And even earlier, there had been farming on the islands. And if you look, you kind of wonder, how is it even possible? Look how it's just a thin strip of islands, okay? And they were constantly eroded, you know, and changed by wave action, and most dramatically after the storm surges following these hurricanes, you know. And they've been sinking, you know, and migrating landward since the late 19th century. And it says, you know, a survey in the 1980s that they estimated they would only be in existence for around 3 more centuries. And it says before 1996, the seaward front of the islands lost about 20 to 30 feet of land each year, mostly replaced at the rear. And it says from 96 to 2004, the loss rate grew to about 300 feet per year. That's a lot. 98, Hurricane George has destroyed the islands and left the lighthouse in the middle of the ocean. I kind of remember that too. And the Barry Islands only just recovered when Hurricane Katrina struck the island in August 29, 2005. That Hurricane Katrina was such a nightmare, you know. And the combined effect of Dennis and Katrina in 2005 reduced the island to shoals or subsurface formation and toppled the Chandeleur Island light. And see, it says powerful storms can produce changes that would otherwise have taken many years. So if it weren't for the hurricanes, these would have taken many of years. You know, the changes that the island has been through. And a study released in 2006 by geologists from the University of New Orleans shows that the usual sand and sediment patterns that rebuilt the islands after big storms have not been restored since Katrina reworked the area. So, you know, I'm thinking, you know, they could come out with some sand barges and maybe lay some more sand around, because it's really shallow in some of the areas around there, and just kind of like, you know, repair the island, I guess, to some extent. You know, it says there's also evidence of unprecedented landslides on the seafloor on the side towards the Gulf of Mexico, potentially allowing stronger waves with greater erosion impact to reach the islands. Numerical models have developed by other marine geologists indicates the islands could have mostly submerged within decades due to the sea level rise, isolation from the Mississippi River Delta sediment, mud formations, sediment transport issues, and damaging storms. So yeah, so that's the thing. It's been through a lot, you know, this island chain, and they just slowly going away, you know. So no one really knows when they're about to go. So here we're arriving now. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to land by the sandy portion over here, and you can see, you can notice how, you know, it looks very much like that picture after Katrina, because that's more current images you can see. All right, so now let's go ahead and I'm going to take off the autopilot. And let's come back on the throttle. And we're going to drop a notch of flaps in. Let's drop 2 notches of flaps in. Okay, now let's just kind of slowly descend here without being too reckless, you know. Okay, so yeah, the Kodiak 100 is for real flight sim pilots, you know, not pilots like me. Should I even say that? No, not too bad, I guess. All right, so yeah, let me keep descending. That's doing pretty good. I like how that's working on the descent. Let's keep our props at 75. What I can do is I could do a low flyover, but I'm gonna do like a little simulated walk around. See, there's just really not much left on this side of it. But they go way, way down here. So, any longer than what it seems. Like, you know, when you can't miss them on the map. I mean, look at the map, you know. But they're just becoming thinner and thinner through the years. You gotta watch, because if you slow down too much, the speed starts getting low really, really fast. Okay, we already down to 600 feet, which is fine. We're trying to land, but let's come back down
500.
to idle. And if I land a little bit further out, well, I don't even want to go idle. Idle is not the thing to do. Full flaps.
Water landing. Gear is up for water landing.
That's fine. That's
Water
all we
landing.
Want. That's all we want. Alright, hit that hard. Okay. Seems like I was having a little trouble getting it down. Okay, now let's go ahead and pull the throttle back. And get our flaps up. We're going to go to the sandy area. And I can put my water rudders down. Water rudder. Get that down. It's a pretty afternoon, to say the least. So there is an oil rig off the coast of Louisiana here, far south side, I believe that is. Yep. I'm going to pull up right on the beach right there. And it is said there's very, very good fishing out here. Like, they got a lot of redfish, things like that. And it's supposed to be a really, really good fishing spot. I'm not someone who fishes, you know. My dad was always into fishing, my brother always into that, but I was never one to really be into fishing. I was into kayaking and sailing. But yeah, so if that's your thing and you have in the area, this is, from what I heard, this is a really good place to go fishing. Let's pull up right on these sandbars here. I might want to put my gear down. Oh, no. Man, that wasn't a good idea, huh? No, I don't think it likes that. I guess this is at the,
Water landing. Gear is up for water landing.
yeah, it doesn't like that. This is not the, obviously that's fine right here. I don't want to go any faster. Okay. I don't mind it staying right here, just right there. That's fine. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get things cut off. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and shut off things. Lights shut off. Electronics shut off. Let's get the doors open. And we want to hear that nice sound that we all like, the wind and the waves. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and step out the airplane and we'll walk around up on the sand there on the beach. Maybe go swimming for a little bit. Okay, I just set up the canopy and little hammock here. I brought my ice chest out here and just gonna spend some time relaxing out here. But anyway, let's go up, walk up a little ways here. And as you see, it's very narrow. And I believe most of the beaches that are remaining on this island are kind of like right here and down a little ways. There's some more, but other than that, not much left. And there is that oil rig that's out there. Now, I don't know. Some of the islands, they don't allow camping on, but I know you can on Deer Island and I think Ship Island, Cat Island. But I'm not sure about this one, because it's considered a wildlife preserve, I believe, so. Keep on coming on down to the end here. But yeah, there is nothing out here at all. It's basically the middle of nowhere. A lot of birds, wildlife like that, fish, but other than that, not much else. Okay, we are now on the south side of it. Take a little swim. It's really shallow. Places out here. You can stand in the water and fish. Okay, let's go ahead and head on back to the plane. I might stay the night and fly on back in the morning. And if I do, there'll be a part 2 to this video and I'll just fly on back. Maybe stop at Ship Island on the way back. I didn't realize I came so far, huh? I think the plane is right here. That's the canopy. Yeah, that must be the plane. Well, why does it look so much further away? Plane. But it's not. I guess it's just the angle. I suppose you can pick up quite a few seashells or some hermit crabs if you wanted those. I know they had those on Cat Island when I went years ago. Okay, so, yeah, that is Chandeleur Islands. Not a whole lot out here, but pretty peaceful, to say the least. Alright, so I hope you all enjoyed the video. And please like, subscribe, and comment. And thanks for watching. And until next time, bye for now.